Right, how are we doing, everyone? Welcome to round number 12 of the AOR Assisted League Championship right now, as we get set for an exciting race around one of the most iconic F1 circuits on the calendar, Spa in Belgium. It's round number 12, and we have a cracker set up for you today as we see a Toro Rosso heading out on his outlap, followed by Jonesy in the Haas. So let's see what we can do as both the Ferraris decide to go out. We got the Mercedes of Racist Punchline heading out as well. This is going to be a very good race. We're looking for some side-by-side action through iconic corners like Eau Rouge, maybe some DRS overtakes down the Kemmel Straight, and maybe no contact whatsoever through turns like Pouillon and the bus stop chicane. Also, we're looking for no contact and are going down through Eau Rouge. But we're gonna crack on a second. Let's have a look and see who is first on the track. It looks like Portuguese might be the first one to start his lap time, so that is dive. Oh, no, there is someone ahead of him. My mistake. We got Goal Zebra there, just negotiating Eau Rouge. I think he's on his outlap. Yes, he is. Let's see. I'm expecting pole position to be in the 143s, which will be impressive enough, as we are on board right now with the championship leader Extrema, 41 points to the good right now. So pressure's not really on him today. It is on the Ferraris of Zaid and Mercedes to try and close that gap. As we got Bullpop making his way around on his outlap. Let's see. Right, so we got Jonesy starting his lap into turn 1, keeping it tight to the apex. That is beautiful stuff, mate. Now let's see. No lift off, hopefully, in Eau Rouge. Yep, he's picked his line beautifully, but there he's got to make sure he hits DRS straight away. I think he has done that. He makes his way around now. Oh, looks like he almost lost the back end slightly. Here we go onto the broadcast view as he makes his way down to the corner with no name. Run down to Pouillon. Slight lift off, but he'll want to keep as much speed going as possible as he gets on the curb slightly. Might compromise a few people, might cost some people their lap times, and there's a big slide right there from Jonesy. Now the fight to keep an eye on today is the battle for third place between ZR Mercedes, Sergeant Shwmae and Racist Punchline, who are separated going into this race by 3 points. That is the battle for third in the championship right now, and it could be an absolute cracker as we got Fracco B Wise retiring. But let's see what Jonesy's lap time's going to be. He's made his way through the bus stop, open DRS. He got a Toro Rosso right behind him. It's a 145 from Portuguese, and I think Jonesy must have had an invalid lap. Maybe. As we got Zaid popping in with a 143.9, so I did say a 143 would be a good time. The championship leader Extrema with a 144.6. Timbo hits a 145.3. Jazzman, the replacement driver for today, he has popped in with a 145.3 as well. As Racist Punchline hits a 144.9, and Zaid has retired from the session. This is a bold move. Oh, it started to rain. I did not even notice that. These guys are setting what could be their only lap time on the dry tyres. So let's see, we got Bo Poppy still on his outlap. Let's see what these guys can do. As we got, I believe that was Jazzman or retiring from the session, Portuguese retiring from the session. It will be interesting because if we got changeable conditions in the race, Golsey retiring from the session as well. With the year hit a 146.3, he cannot be happy with that lap time. This weather must be playing havoc for these guys right here. It looks like the only man really who could, oh no, Mercedes has retired from the session. I don't see anyone else causing damage right now to Zaid, who is on pole with a 143.9. So we have potentially what could be a very good race. But we got Frack Wise asking why is everyone retiring. It's because it's raining, mate. It really is because it is raining. Everyone is retiring and they are not going to be able to set a faster lap time. So we got Zaid with a 143. Looks like he will be on pole. Extrema starting alongside him, the championship leader. So we got first and second in the championship on the front row of the grid. We got Racers Punchline, who is in a almighty fight for third place with Shwmae and Mercedes. He pops in third for the qualifications right there. We got Timbo in lofty heights of P4, Jazzman in P5, Portuguese in P6. It's very strange to find Portuguese up that high, but changeable conditions, anything can happen, and he impressed last time out in Hungary, getting that impressive P4. Looking to bounce back this race will be Mercedes, obviously, because on the first lap in Hungary he did have that collision with the wall, which put him towards the back of the grid, and he scored low points, but he is looking to bounce back today and make his way up through the field. We got Golsey looking to close down the gap to Jonesy in the championship as well, so that could be a fight to look forward to as they start side by side, and there appears to be a Red Bull going out onto the track. Is it starting to dry up though? Is the track getting dry? Does Bopop 97 know something that we don't know? This could be a genius move by him if the circuit is drying. We got Fracco Wise, who is looking also to bounce back. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it on Eau Rouge. Yep, it is way too slippery to be out there. Bopop, you should know better. And now we are just waiting for the Saubers of Elenogat and AI Verstappen to retire to end the session. But we got some good action. We got a lot of fast guys coming up from the back. We got some guys who are in lofty heights right now, looking to try and console some good points here today. So people to look out for off the start. We obviously got to be looking out for Mercedes making his way up. We got to see whether Zaid can pull out a DRS range within the first 3 laps. As we got everyone saying, well, we got Portuguese saying he did not want to stop in the he did not want to start in the top 10 because strategy is going to be key for this race, especially if it is changeable conditions. We saw what a mess Zaid made of that race in Hungary when it went from intermediates to full wets, and we hope that he can put away his bad form, his bad strategies behind him and come back stronger than ever, because he has really got to start putting pressure on Extrema. The pressure is not on Extrema today, it is on Zaid, Mercedes, Shwmae and Punchline to try and close that gap to Extrema. As we got 4 people in the stream right now, how are you guys doing? Make sure you chuck a comment down, show some support for your favorite driver and who you think will be winning this, as we are waiting for AI Verstappen to retire so we can continue with the race. Also, another interesting battle to look at is the constructors battle between McLaren and Renault. It's going to be interesting to see that constructors battle. Bopop, unfortunately, right, he hasn't been racing because he has been doing the commentary for the past couple of races. If you guys did not know, the main commentator, Zebra94, who has been rebranded as Racing Stripes TV, he has been unable to do the commentary, so Bopop has stepped up to do the commentary, and I stepped in today, you know, to give him a chance to race. My pace around here not perfect, but Bopop, he's been doing commentary enough. Let's give him a shot on track and see what he can do. He's starting P10. We got Zaid and Extrema first and second in the championship, starting on the front row. This will be an interesting dynamic as we go into turn 1. Are we going to see some dive bombs maybe? I don't know, but let's hope for some side-by-side action as we skip that so we don't get copyright. Now, we're waiting for everyone to perfect their strategies. It looks to be dry on track right now, but you never know what can happen in the race. We got the race starting in 20 seconds. Can Extrema be the second person in this league to win 3 back-to-back races? The only person who has done that so far is ZR Mercedes. On his debut race, the first 3 races he came into this league, he won 3 back-to-back. And we gotta hope that Zaid can put Extrema under pressure. And here we go to 5 red lights. Lights out, and they are eventually off, and it does appear to be some spray behind, but that could be dust. As we thought we were going to get a move into turn 1. Zaid's gone wide, and there goes Extrema into the lead. We got Racers Punchline going side by side with Zaid up through a Rouge. Let's keep on as he is tucked in behind, but we got Timbo right behind him. We got Bopop going straight into the wall, and he's taking out a few people. Oh my god, what happened there? Jazzman, Jonesy and Golsey are out straight away. This is unbelievable. As we got ZR Mercedes, he stayed out of the troubles, making his way on track. You know, he's taking Fracco B Wise, who is without a front wing right now. So this is going to be a race where we could see some shock positions, as we got the 2 Renaults line astern in 6th and 7th. Sergeant Sway, he is looking to beat the Renaults today to keep McLaren ahead in the constructors. He's up in 5th. Timbo up ahead in 4th, as we got Extrema pulling out a 2nd on Zaid already. Oh, Zaid has closed back though, and we got Racers Punchline trying his best to keep on the back of him, as we gotta keep an eye on this fight between Punchline and Sway, because this will be crucial for 3rd place in the championship and Mercedes when he can get up there. But right now, it was a very interesting first lap, and as we can see, the Renaults again a little bit closer, and we might have a move from Ella into the bus stop. No, Ella has just pulled out of that move. So this is going to be a shock right now. This is going to be some shock positions. You know, not good for me in the championship, but it's going to be some shock positions nonetheless. And now, yes, I do have my mic on. Lovely stuff. As we see now, they go up through Eau Rouge. We got Larkin 6/10 up, 6/10 behind Timbo. We have Lamaro right behind Larkin, 6/10 behind. 3/10 behind Lamaro is Ella. Ella Nugget. Is Ella going to try and make a move? No, he is not. Portuguese 7/10 behind Ella. 2 tenths behind Portuguese is ZR Mercedes. And we will see as Franco Be Wise and AI Verstappen have come into the pits for obvious reasons, and they look to try and get back into this race. Hopefully we can see them putting some decent lap times to come back, but we never know what's going to happen. Is Zaid bottled there somewhere? Zaid, I believe, has bottled there somewhere. He has dropped from P2 down to P6. This is not good for his championship. It's not good for his championship opportunity by here, as we got the Force India of Timbo all being basically, right, he is being hunted right now by the Renault of Larkin. Is it going to be a move through Blanchimont? Nope, no move through Blanchimont. What about down to the bus stop chicane? Are we going to see a bit of a dive bomb? He has a little luck, but he tucks back in on the soft tyres, notably as well, against Timbo on the Ultras. Now this is going to be a crucial thing, as we got some moves going on behind. Lamaro, Ella, Mercedes and Portuguese in a bit of a scrap right now. Let's see what's going to happen, as we're going to go into the TV pod view and let's see what Portuguese can do, as we see all these cars going up here, as we got a scrap going on a little bit up here. We're going to stay on the back of Zaid. Let's see if Larkin can make his way past Timbo, as I do believe, yep, I'm seeing spits of rain on circuit as well. So we're going to have some changeable conditions here, people. And Zaid closes up in the brake zone at the end of the Kemmel Straight. And now we're going to see what these guys can do on the swoop in. Right under a very tricky corner this is, because of the elevation change. And you got to stay on point. It's very easy to go wide, as Timbo's gone wide. But there, with the corner of no name, is Larkin going to put it down the inside into Pouillon? No, he is not, but Timbo's gone wide and Larkin's through. Larkin's through, Timbo has gone off circuit, Zaid has gone through as well. Maybe Lamaro can close up? No, he's just a little bit too far back. But Mercedes is right on the rear of Lamaro as well. Ella has dropped off the pace somewhat, as Ella is being hassled right now by Portuguese. We got Franco and AI Verstappen in their own little race. And Mercedes has got past Lamaro. They're side by side through Blanchimont. And Lamaro has backed out of it. Probably a rise move, as we got a move going up ahead, as Zaid sends it down the inside of Larkin into the bus stop chicane. Let's go on to the broadcast right now and let's see what kind of tyres everyone is on. Actually, we're going to have a look at the position change, as Larkin appears to be the starter of the day, climbing 10 positions. Jesus, the man's on it like a car bonnet today, no lie, as he is trying to stay on the back of Zaid right now. The only ones who have made pit stops is Franco and AI Verstappen. And this could be interesting, because if it's raining right now and it gets to intermediates, these guys could make the Ultras last. They could make them last all the way, as we got Shwmae closing up to Punchline. As I said, this is a battle for third in the championship. This could be a great scrap by year. I mean, we got a couple of close scraps going on right now. We got Mercedes. He looks like he's making a move. He's making a move into Pouillon. Oh my! Oh, we got a Renault. We got the Renault. He's lost the back end. Lamaro has lost it in Pouillon. Probably the damp conditions really coming into play right there, as Portuguese and Ella has climbed up a place as well. Unfortunate for Lamaro, but this is racing. You know, you gotta be able to handle those slippery conditions. And I'm sure these guys have had plenty of practice, as we got Larkin looking at the back of Zaid. He is well within a dive bomb move right now. Is he going to send it down the inside? He thinks better of it. Maybe hoping for a bit of DRS assistance coming across the line. He is in DRS. Maybe Mercedes behind could close up as well. He is 1.9 seconds off him, so maybe we can have a freeway scrap going on by here with the reserve driver for the day as Lamaro gets past Portuguese as he dives into the pit. Let's see what tyre Portuguese goes on, and Extremer's out. Extremer has lost it. The championship leader has lost it. I can't believe it. I was busy focusing on everyone else that Extremer has gone off. He appears to have crashed. This is going to throw the championship up in the open right now because Extremer was 41 points ahead of Zaid. As it stands right now, Zaid will pull back 15 points. Obviously, Extremer will still have a entire race win advantage over Zaid, but if Zaid can make it past both Punchline and Shwmae, he will be putting Extremer under serious pressure, and this is going to be an incredible thing to see right now. As Fracco, he did get out in front of Portuguese, who has come in and chucked on the softs. He has chucked on the soft tyres, so maybe he should have stuck out on the ultras and gone to the intermediate conditions. I don't see the reasoning why you would chuck on the softs. And there goes Mercedes on locking through Blanchimont. He has got the position as Zaid goes wide. Zaid's lost it into the wall. Oh my god! First and second in the championship have crashed out. Oh my. Ladies and gentlemen, every single person that is in this race right now is guaranteed points. I can't believe it, as we got a Renault joining him as well, yo, going for a synchronized little slide right there, yo, showing him how it's done. That's how you slide into the wall without breaking your front wing. Lovely stuff, Lamaro. Lovely. We do like a bit of ice skating. Yeah, as we got Ella going very wide. It is getting very slippery out there. It has caught out the big boys in Zaid and Extremer. Now, 6 laps into the race, I'm starting to wonder how many people are going to make it to the end, as we got Fracco obviously moving up as Lamaro goes into the pits, and Portuguese is out. Portuguese is gone as well. Oh, he did not make it past Zaid, so Portuguese has gifted Zaid a point. I can't believe it, as Lamaro's in the pits. AI Verstappen goes through. Fracco BY's in 7th. Ella is going to score points in this race. This will be brilliant for Ella right now. And I'm not going to lie, this is not looking good for me. This is not looking good for me in my championship standing right now, because I'm actually fighting Ella in the championship right now. And obviously I'm here commentating, Ella's out there racing, and Ella's going to get some points over me. I have to come back better in the next race. But we got Punchline, who I think has made a pit stop going around the outside of Timbo, down the inside on the end of sector 2. Will Timbo maybe look to come back, as we don't want that. We want to have a look at the tyres. Punchline has chucked on the intermediate tyres. He is the only one on Inters. Shwmae has come into the pits right now, and I do believe that it is time for the Inters. These treacherous conditions right now are taking their toll on these drivers, as we started with 16 and we have lost 7 drivers. And yep, everyone I think is coming in for the Inters. There goes Shwmae in, there goes Punchline through back into the lead. Mercedes right behind them in 3rd. This is actually the battle for 3rd right now. Shwmae, Mercedes and Punchline. So this means something. This does. This is 3rd place right now in the championship. The top 3 are all fighting for 3rd. Before this race they were separated, the 3 of them separated by only 3 points. And as it stands right now, Shwmae will get the jump. And to be fair, if Shwmae Punchline or Mercedes gets the win here today, as we got Larkin who's DNF'd and he's lost it into the wall. This is starting to become something a bit common. This is becoming very common in this race. There are a lot of people losing it into the walls, and this is not what we want to see, but it is making great racing, as we got Ella with a 3-second time penalty, possibly for cutting the corner, and she is, oh, she, I don't know, but still out there on the ultra softs. You are gonna have to pit, my friend. You are gonna have to pit, and so are you, Verstappen. It is ludicrous to be out there right now on the dry compound tyres. But back to what I was saying, right? Shwmae, Punchline, Mercedes. This is the battle for third. But as it stands right now, the three of them potentially can all jump Zaid in the championship. So Zaid going into this race was in second place. He could drop all the way back to fifth. It just goes to show what can happen in racing right now, as we got Shwmae leading the race, leading by example right now. Obviously my McLaren teammate right now, I do have a bit of bias towards him. I do want him to win, but you know, I want to see a scrap. I want to see a scrap, lad. So Punchline, Mercedes, if you guys could catch up to Zaid, let's have a three-way scrap. You guys are fighting for third place in the championship, and you could actually take second away from Zaid. In fact, whoever wins is taking second away from Zaid. He was only 15 points up the road. But you know, we gotta have a little look at this. We are hoping for a scrap, as we got Fracco getting past Ella. Ella, this must be, you gotta come in for the, oh, hang on, Fracco lost the back end. Was there contact? I'm not sure. He's lost it again. He has lost the back end. Ella has come into the pits. About time. About time. When you start losing time to the car ahead who's on intermediate tyres, that is the time to pit, my friend. That is the time to pit, as we got Verstappen coming in as well. So Ella is in there, and I think this is going to hold up Verstappen as well, perhaps. Nope, Ella is out before Verstappen. Where is Lamaro? He is coming through bus stop right now. Let's have a look. Where will Lamaro come out? Will he be ahead of Verstappen? Unfortunately, due to all these incidents and crashes and all these retirements, it's a bit of a spread between people right now. I'm only seeing two close battles right now, because we got Lamaro, who is right on the back of AI Verstappen right here, 1.4 seconds off the pace. He is gonna reel him in on the Kemmel Straight, extending the track slightly, I must say, into the slipstream maybe. Will he have a look? Here we go, 1 second away, 9/10, just under a second. He is closing in, so we will check back at that race, as we got Shwmae, Mercedes, the Mercedes of Punchline, and Mercedes in the Ferrari. Line astern, first, second and third. Yeah, we got Timbo, who is in lofty heights right now in P4. This will do good for his championship hopes. Fracco Be Wise, who made that very early pit stop, he is trying to come back into this race. I think the best he could probably hope for right now is fifth place, as he lost it. He lost it through Blanchimont. Fracco Be Wise is out. I can't believe it. Come on, guys, keep it on the track. Oh my god, this is actually, I'm not gonna lie, this, I don't know what to say. Lamaro, he did make it past AI Verstappen, but I'm glad I caught that incident right there for Fracco Be Wise. This is a race of what could have been for everyone. You know, if they had a, you know, if they decided to run a wet setup in quali, they might be looking a bit peachy right now, as we got Mercedes closing in on Punchline. So this could be a tasty scrap right now for second. I know Portuguese putting in 7 races left. What the hell's going on? I tell you what's going on. It's Spa right now. This is the kind of tricky weather conditions we always get around Spa. And we got Verstappen right on the back of Lemaro. He's dropped off slightly. Mercedes within a second of Punchline. Punchline appears to have dropped off Shwmae somewhat. So let's see what we're going to see. Let's go into the TV mode. Right. Let's see if he can close in through Eau Rouge. He seems to have that nice line through Eau Rouge onto the Camel Straight right now. Rich Mix obviously gotta be going right now as he's wheeling him in. And there he goes. He's changing settings on his wheel and he closes up into the brake zone. Let's just ride on board a lap with these guys. Let's see what happens. Punchline getting on the grass slightly. That's going to compromise him. Mercedes might have a little look down the inside. Maybe. Nope. He thinks better of it coming down to the corner with no name. Just making sure he has a good run off there. Punchline seems to have had a better run on the run down to Pouillon. And Mercedes hopefully going to try and stay off the curbs. Very slippery if you get your wheels on the curbs in these conditions. So everyone will be trying to avoid these curbs. He does slightly touch it, but I think he'll get away with it. Closes up on Punchline. Are we going to have a move into the bus stop? So let's just have a little look. As we got support now for Shwmae in the chat. Shwmae is on a mission right now. This is the battle for 3rd place. And we're going to be treated to something by you. Will Mercedes make a move on Punchline for P2 in the race? And more importantly, if Punchline does not finish at least 2nd in this race, he will not be able to jump Zaid in the championship. As it stands right now, Punchline, I believe, will be ahead of Zaid in the championship. But if Mercedes can overtake Punchline by ear, he will finish this race at least 5th in the championship. So here we go, halfway through the race. We have Shwmae in the McLaren leading the way by 6.4 seconds to Punchline, who is defending hard against Mercedes. As they sweep around, Mercedes got a good drive off there. Punchline seems to be having a bit of a connection issue as Mercedes has a little look down the inside of the right hand chicane. Are we going to see a bit of a move, a switchback perhaps into the corner with no name? Is he going to get this side by side? And I do believe, yep, Mercedes has pulled that off. Beautiful move. I'm glad we stayed on board with these guys because this is the closest battle on track, and I'm not gonna lie, it's probably up here right now is probably the only battles we're gonna get in this race, unfortunately. But we've had a lot of retirements, a lot of action in the first 11 laps. But I mean, it is a bit silly that so many people have retired, but fair play. To be honest, you got to be in it to win it, lads. And so far, Shwmae has been able to avoid all the incidents. He's been able to manage everything perfectly so far. And we got Mercedes coming through a bus stop with Punchline right behind him. So this is the fight for the podium and the fight between 5th, 4th and 3rd in the championship. That I can't believe it, you know. these guys, by Shwmae and Mercedes, are going to jump Zaid in the championship. The 41 point lead that Extrema had is going to be dropped at least to 40 points now because of Zaid getting that 1 point. But I do believe it'll be down to 30 points if Shwmae wins this race, or even if Mercedes wins it. I'm not too sure, as we got Jonesy leaving the session. Probably a good thing to do, mate. I'm not gonna lie. It's quite painful now when you lose the car, have a bad first lap, changeable conditions. It is terrible when you crash it out and you gotta sit there and watch everyone else. You'll manage everything a lot better, as Punchline appears to be dropping off the pace right now. So let's have a look at the gap to the leader, and I do believe Shwmae shouldn't be that far behind AI Verstappen in lapping him, so this could be interesting. And it has stopped raining. It has stopped raining on track, so the track will dry out, as we got a couple of people heading into the pits. Ella is in the pits, Lamaro has dropped into the pits, Verstappen's dropped into the pits, and Shwmae right behind them has dropped into the pits. Mercedes behind them, a little bit of a slide on entry there, but you can't fault it. He controlled that lovely, as we got Punchline coming in as well. Ella out on the super soft tyres, and we got Shwmae chucking on a set of supers, Mercedes supers, Punchline with a set of supers also. Timbo, the only one out there on Inters right now, but that's because he hasn't made it back to the pit lane, as he locks up into the bus stop. Here he comes. Make sure you don't clip that slight wall there. Make sure you slow down as well. Lovely stuff. So let's see what the pace is like now between these three on dry tyres. In the wet conditions it was interesting, but now we are in dry conditions, as Verstappen is actually a lap down. So maybe, where's Verstappen? We want to make sure that he does not impede any of these guys' progress, as Mercedes, I believe, has already got past him. Punchline is right behind him, as you can see. Yeah, Mercedes does appear to be the quicker driver in the dry. You can see that time it is closing down ever so slightly, as we got Lamaro, who has Shwmae right behind him. Hopefully we're not going to get any hold-ups by here. Hopefully he gets onto the back straight and eases off to last Shwmae by. He does not want to be fighting the race leader. We got Punchline. Yep, he has lifted off his last way through. Fair play. That's what you want to see from the back markers. Now, if you're getting lapped, ease off at the most convenient opportunity for the faster cars to get through. We got Punchline closing up. Mercedes, he can see Shwmae. He can taste a scrap for the race win. This is going to get tasty into the final laps. I'm not going to lie. It is going to get tasty. Let's go back to the broadcast mode. It's that nice little camera angle right there on the back of Shwmae's car. Let's see, is Punchline made it past Verstappen yet? Nope. Verstappen is still just up the road. Mercedes is closing up on the Renault of Lamaro. Punchline closing up on the Sauber of Verstappen. This is going to be a good race actually for the Saubers. Fair play. Because going into this race, you would not have bet them to be in the points, the pair of them. Never mind high up in the points as they are right now. But 5th and 7th, you can't knock that from them. As Verstappen gets out of the way of Punchline. Brilliant stuff. And where is Lamaro as we go through everyone in the pits? Lamaro has allowed, I believe he's allowed him through. Is that a Ferrari up ahead? Nope, he is keeping on the back of Shwmae, as the gap between Shwmae and Mercedes is down to less than 5 seconds. We are going to be in for a treat coming to the end of this race. Unfortunately, there were a few incidents that happened at the beginning that apparently I may have missed, but I like to feel I caught some action in the distance. I'd like to feel I've caught it. It's not about the first lap instance. I'm not sure if I caught that cleanly enough from, but it might be something they will have to take to Charlie White in AOR. So we got Shwmae leading the way. Mercedes closing in slightly as Shwmae actually gets away from him a little bit, and there he goes, closing back in. 4.2 is the gap right now, but Mercedes still got that Renault of Lamaro to get past. Punchline, he's a little bit further behind, 7.2 seconds. Behind Timbo has got a 3-second penalty, probably for corner cutting. Let's see if he keeps it clean on the run through Eau Rouge. It looks clean enough after all the debris on the track out the side. There's a lot of carbon fibre all over the place. These guys may have to be a little bit concerned if they go off circuit, because there could be a risk of a puncture, and that will definitely, you know, be a terrible thing to happen, especially for these guys in the top three. The gap is closing. Mercedes is catching Lamaro as soon as he gets within DRS. I do believe Lamaro will just move over and let him through. Verstappen, he does appear to be closing on Lamaro a little bit. Probably a 10th a lap, as Mercedes got a 5-second stop-go penalty. This has just changed things. Pardon me. This has just changed things right now. Punchline might be within a shout. If these guys gonna make, they're not gonna make another pit stop. Right, pardon me again. If these guys by Lamaro got a 3-second time penalty, right? If Punchline could perhaps get within 5 seconds of Mercedes, when Mercedes inevitably catches up with Shwmae, they could have a ding-dong battle. Punchline could close up, and we could be in for a bit of a treat, because Mercedes 5-second stop-go penalty. He's not going to pit again. It's going to be added on to his finishing time. So he has got to close up to Shwmae and pull a 5-second lead on Shwmae. This might be interesting. I don't think Punchline is going to be able to close up right now. He appears to have dropped off the pace dramatically. I think third place will definitely be where he's going to finish. Timbo, he looks comfortable in fourth. Ella 18 seconds ahead of Lamaro. We will monitor that gap between these three at the back, because it could all change. But yeah, to be honest, I mean, now it's starting to wind down a little bit. We are starting to see what these guys are capable of, what Mercedes is capable of, and he's capable of a 1:47.3, the fastest lap of the race right now. Shwmae, you can feel it. You can feel Mercedes. He's gunning you down, but he is coming for that win. But always remember, 5-second penalty. Will he be able to pass Shwmae and pull out that kind of gap? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We're just going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait to see what happens. 2.297 is the gap right now. as we are just, you know, we're just monitoring the situation, and we might actually go on board with Mercedes TV pod. Let's see what he can do. I do believe everyone is on the supers. Yes, they are. They're just going to the end now. And let's have a look at the interval. 1.6 seconds is the gap right now, so it is coming down. You can see visually on track he is getting closer to Shwmae. So let's have a look at this. He's 2/10 up in the second sector on his personal best. This could be another fastest lap from Mercedes right now, as he runs through Belgium on the run down to the bus stop chicane. Gets the brake in, gets it lovely, hitting the curbs, hitting the apexes, open up the steering, there you go. Is he within DRS? Not quite, but there it is at 1:46.9, the fastest lap of the Grand Prix right now, as he just missed the apex slightly. And we are looking to see what can happen. We got 7 people in the stream right now. What is happening, people? And make sure you show support for your favorite drivers right here right now, because we are in for a scrap and a half. As soon as Mercedes can get within DRS of Shwmae, it's gonna happen on the next lap, I do believe. Can Mercedes get past Shwmae? Can Mercedes get the 5 seconds over? Can he get 5 seconds over Shwmae in the final few laps? Is it possible? Can he get rid of that 5-second penalty, or will the race be decided by the penalty, which is not what we want to see? But there he is. He's in 0.7 seconds. He is in DRS range. You can see he's closing it. He's smelling it. He's smelling it as he comes on to the end of sector 2 through the right, left. And here we go now, breaking down into this tricky corner at the end of sector 2. Now open up the steering, get into the slipstream, initiate rich mix, lad. You know you're gonna need it. And here we go. Are we gonna get a move into the bus stop as he closes up through Belgium, taking a tighter line that pulls him out wide slightly? Are we gonna get a dive? And Shwmae, he keeps his car in the middle of the circuit. Great defensive driving, but here comes the power of DRS, and Shwmae appears to have got a good exit off that corner, but he must know the Camel Straight is where the move is coming. He must know. Let's go on to Shwmae. Let's have a little look. As we see Mercedes in the slipstream as they go up through Eau Rouge. Mercedes gets a hell of a slingshot on to the Camel Straight, and here he comes. DRS open. He's right alongside. Here's a drag race down, and here it is. And oh my, we are having a ding dong right here, lads. Shwmae is defending beautifully from Mercedes, but you must feel it is a matter of time as Timbo has come into the pits again. Mercedes had a little look down the inside as they go through the corner with no name. Yes, I do know these corners and that from the back of the car, usually because I usually spin it. As we run down through Pouillon, and Mercedes is closing slightly. We're definitely going to see a move coming soon. And here we go, the end of sector 2 as we go through the right and left into the right. Here we go. He is 3/10 off his personal best. This is not good right now. And here comes Mercedes. He's closing. Slipstream is a crucial thing on this circuit as we look to the wrong side. Silly, Mikey, silly. But the defense right now has got to be on point for Shwmae. And did I just see a speck of ring? And Lamaro's out of the race. Lamaro's out of the race, and Mercedes is getting alongside. Sorry, Lamaro, I can't really focus on that right now. This is for the race lead. Mercedes down the inside of Les Combes, aka turn 1, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The fight is on. Now, Will Shwmae make a dive bomb at the end of the Kemmel Straight? He's definitely going to be in DRS. Here he goes. Opens it up into the slipstream. He's gaining. He's just a little bit too far back. Unfortunately, the tyres must be going off to some degree right now. He was 3 tenths down on his personal best, but now the pressure is on Mercedes. Let's go to the broadcast view and let's have a look at this by here. Pressure is on now, guys. Mercedes has got to pull a 5-second lead now on Shwmae to keep this first place. I don't know if he's got enough laps to do it. We're on lap 20 right now. He's got just 1 sector and 2 laps to do this, and Shwmae is still within a second of him. We're gonna see. That's maybe it might work out for him, but we're gonna chill. We're gonna have a little look. It seems this battle between Shwmae and Mercedes is over with right now, which means unfortunately we got no more battles. We got 6 people left, like, you know, and everyone is that far apart from each other. It's actually quite painful. It's painful to see this, but do we have any cars that are about to get lapped, perhaps? Ella's not far up the road from Mercedes. As you can see, yep, Ella has just gone through a rouge, and here comes Mercedes through a rouge right now. This could be interesting right now. Ella, you must respect the blue flags. You must respect them. Do not hold up Mercedes. Do not hold up Shwmae. For the love of God, we want to see what these two can actually do. Can Shwmae stay within 5 seconds of Mercedes? Can Mercedes bang in a couple of fastest laps and get through it? This is going to be a tense last lap. At the moment, Mercedes, he's got 3.5 seconds to actually pull out. It's going to be tricky. It's really going to be tricky. But here we go. Here we go. 1.8 seconds the gap is right now, as he is catching Ella in the Sauber, who, to be honest, right, the last race Portuguese managed to get 4th place. Ella, who was level with Portuguese before that race, is going to get 5th. These guys, I mean, they are taking advantage of these changeable conditions, which is going to be interesting for the championship, because that means that I am going to be dead last again. It's unfortunate, but you know what, these things happen. And Mercedes has come on to the final lap of the race. He's got 3 seconds as Ella runs wide to give Mercedes the room. What's Shwmae gonna do with this? Is Shwmae gonna get past him before a rouge? No, he's gonna stick behind him through a rouge. That's gonna be a bit of dirty air for him. Not what he wants. Opens up DRS, I believe. Yes, he has. Ella, you gotta off the throttle. Off the throttle, please. And there we go. Shwmae managing to get past. Now, let's just see if we can actually get a fastest lap by here from Mercedes, because 5 seconds of penalties, it doesn't seem like it's going to happen unless Shwmae bottles it, which I don't think he will. He's been driving beautifully today. He's managed to gap the punchline, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So here we go on the final lap in sector 2. As they come in through, here comes the sector 2 split time. He's half a second off his fastest time, but it doesn't matter because he does have the fastest lap, I do believe. Yes, he does. And here he goes now through Blanchimont. Lovely stuff. Into the bus stop. The gap is 3.4 seconds. it's not going to be enough. Mercedes, he's going to take the win, but he's crossing the line. But will this mean that Shwmae, what are you doing? Shwmae, you... Oh, Shwmae celebrated P2. He did not realise he was... Oh my God, Shwmae, what have you done? You threw away first place. Shwmae, why? Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, the race winner is Mercedes. Shwmae, what have you done? Oh my, this is going to be a brilliant thing. It says as we wait now for Timbo to cross the line. Shwmae, why have you done that? Oh my God. Here we go. Timbo on the run down to the bus stop chicane. Oh, Shwmae, why? That could have been your first race win of the season. And here comes Timbo across the line. And that ends what has been a very dramatic Belgian Grand Prix. Oh my God. Did Mercedes have other penalties as well? I'm not sure. We're going to have a little look. Nope. There it is. The podium positions right there. Mercedes topping the podium. Shwmae P2 and Punchline P3. This does mean that Shwmae and Mercedes have jumped Zaid in the championship. And I'm not sure, I think the gap to Extrema is around 30 seconds now. I will have to check that. But there it is, the results. Mercedes, he had a 10-second penalty. Shwmae is probably looking at these times right now thinking, what did I do? Why did I do that? But there it is. There is the results. We have only 6 finishers in the Grand Prix. Everyone else, unfortunately, DNF'd. We had a lot of first lap retirements. We had the Haas, the Toro Rosso, and the 2 Red Bull drivers retiring on the opening lap. It was an absolute shame to see these guys go out so early, but it is what it is. And Timbo also bringing home some points for Force India, while his teammate Extrema was unable to. It's unfortunate, but we're going to try to get the winner of the race right now, Mercedes, in for the interviews right now. So let's go ahead and let's invite Mercedes in. But what a race, what a race. Right, let's get Mercedes in, race winner. We wait now for Mercedes to join. And here he is. Well, congratulations on what was an absolutely hectic Belgian Grand Prix there, bud.
God. The amount of near misses. Did you catch the one with Zaid?
Unfortunately, I did not catch that, but
oh my.
Really, I mean, only 6 drivers made it to the finish line. Changeable conditions in quali and the race. It was a madness. 4 drivers went out on the first lap.
I know. Luckily, I missed all that.
I did say, you was lucky to make it through all the collisions and everything.
Halfway down, heading up towards Eau Rouge. I had to brake about 3 times, I think. It was.
I
Oh,
I did see though you backed out your qualifying run as soon as the rain started. Was it a case
oh
of
yeah, I
just getting
invalidated
out there?
that. Yeah, I had a
Ah,
bit of a snap of oversteer and sort of shot me over the curb, and of course it was corner cut. I went for
ah,
another one and
yeah, the
just
rain
got too bit
swirled it.
greedy on the curb again, and then the rain come and yeah.
I did see the 5 second stop go penalty and that towards the end. I was actually saying that in the stream, if Sway can stay within 5 seconds of you, he's got this win, and then he started weaving and across the line and gave it away.
I know I'm not sure what. Well, no, I only got one penalty, but it says on there I had two, so I'll
Yeah,
have to have a look.
I think you had a 3 warnings now for extending track limits. I think so anyway,
It
I'm not
was,
sure. I'll have to have a little look back and see. But it said you had 10 seconds worth of penalties and Sway had 3.
yeah.
Unfortunate. But
Oh my god,
but do you
that was
know
one of
what
the
this?
craziest races.
Do you want to know what this race win means for you though? That you move up
What's
to
that?
second in the championship. You have jumped Zaid in the championship now.
Don't age. Oh, he ain't going like that. He ain't going like that.
No, I think we're gonna have a Ferrari civil war coming very soon.
I think it could be like a Mercedes battle. Ferrari.
Ferrari Monza. Mercedes is faster than you, Zaid. I repeat, Mercedes is faster than you.
God, that'd go down like a lead balloon.
But that was a masterful drive now. The way he was able to close up, make the move on punchline, and Sway. I was actually saying in the race that you three were the
I
ones
didn't
fighting
think.
for third place, and then you three were fighting for the race win all the way.
I didn't think I was actually going to catch today. What helped me was the going back to dry. I knew
Yeah,
on slicks. I knew I had a great setup, and I felt so comfortable. The rain, I felt alright. I was able to catch a punchline up, but I think if it stayed wet, I probably wouldn't have caught Sway,
I
or it would have
think
been
Sway
close.
had the measure of the gap now in the wet conditions. But as soon as they got the
Yeah,
dry, I was like, this is going to get interesting now because I know Mercedes got pace in the dry. This is going to get very tasty towards the end. And then
that moment when Jeff said predicting dry, I was like, thank God.
as soon as I said that you had the 5 second stop go penalty, I was like, has Mercedes got enough laps by you to actually catch, pass Sway, and pull out that kind of gap as well? And to be honest, you did pull out 3 seconds to him on the final lap,
I
and then he
think
started doing that weaving across the line.
I don't know if the back marker got in the way or not. I'm not. I could see he moved that way for me, but I sort of see Sway was still behind him coming up
Well,
down the straight.
I was keeping an eye on that because obviously you was catching Lamaro, Verstappen, and Ella as well coming up to Lapham. I was hoping that those three would stay out of the way and so you guys could actually set your fastest laps now and keep gunning for it and have a good tussle at the end of the race. I was actually hoping they would stay out of the way, but I think there might have been a bit of
I think
dirty
it might have
air. That
been.
was it. I think it was just dirty air.
Yeah,
But
maybe. But I'm kind of gutted at the start. I said see the race was going to be wet halfway through. But I went with the soft, and it came a lot earlier than I wanted. So obviously,
I
if I'd
think it was
known that, I would have gone probably super soft. But
lap 3 when the rain started coming.
it sort of said halfway through the race. So I thought, okay, I got a good few laps. But it came so early, and
Well, it's
it
got to be
was
said,
manic.
we've had 2 changeable condition races now over the past 2 races. Are we going to see a wet race in Monza perhaps next week?
There's a good chance of it, but I hope not. It's Monza isn't a great track for me anyway. But it's the chicanes, the curbs there are just lethal.
Yeah, turn 1 in the red, that is going to be the killer, especially at Monza.
Yeah,
Well,
hopefully I can get a qualifying lap down this time. Make less work for myself.
Only half the field set of qualifying laps. You done the same as half the field,
Yeah,
so it
definitely.
was all good. Unfortunately, though, I'm able to really see Zaid versus Extrema because both of them went out very early, which I was surprised with.
Did you catch that? I wasn't sure what happened. I see Extreme at the top here, Rouge, like
I
facing backwards.
I think I
So,
caught the end of Extrema going off, and I think I
yeah,
caught Zaid and as he went into the wall. I
the
think anyway. I
Zagon
have to go
was
back,
very close. I
but
can't
it
remember the
appeared that
corner, but it's that fast left-hander after coming up to the bus stop.
Blanchimont.
He ran bluntly last one, and he ran out wide, and I could see it was a bit wobbly. And then next thing you know, he just come flying across.
Oh no, that
I
one I did
down on my
catch.
brakes.
That one I did catch. I did catch
You
Crash.
did
Now
catch.
he went out. But the one that I
Yeah.
didn't catch was the one where he bottled it when he was fighting with Extrema at the top, and he dropped back to
Oh,
sixth.
okay. Was
That
that
was the
them
one.
two? They come together then?
I have no idea, but both of them got off the line pretty decently, you know. And then next thing I know, then I'm focusing on your battle, and I'm trying to see what's happening. Can Mercedes get past these slower drivers to get up in the scrap? All of a sudden, then there's another Ferrari there. I'm like, the same bottled it again? Oh, come on,
Yeah,
mate.
it was. It was pretty crazy that race.
But
The
to be
start
honest,
especially.
even though he did bottle it and crash, he still gained a point. It just goes to show how many people went out in this race.
Yeah, it was. How many actually finished? I didn't quite catch
Six.
that. But yeah,
It was
how many?
you, Sway, Punchline, Timbo, Ella, and AI Verstappen who finished.
Yeah,
So both
some
of the
big
Soundbars
names.
have had a hell of a race, and that means I'm all the way at the back on my own. But I still got Bopop
This
there for
could be.
company. I still got Bopop there for company, so I'm good.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, to be honest, this was a race where you needed to bounce back as well after what happened in Hungary.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I would have liked to have a good battle with Zay Extrema. I enjoyed the battle with Sweat. That was. I thought I thought he was going to concede it at the top of the straight, but he fought back, and I thought, oh, fair play. So I had to follow him another lap. But he had a
Yeah,
bit of a bad exit out of the last corner, so I was able to get a run on him. Well.
as soon as you got into that DRS range, and I think Sway he kind of knew where to place his car, but it was inevitable that he was going to close up eventually and be alongside of him where he couldn't defend.
Yeah, it was.
That's the
I
power
was
of
expecting him
DRS on the
to.
Camel Straight.
Yeah, definitely.
OP.
Through the middle sector, it's the amount of understeer you get. It's the dirty air in this game is pretty strong.
Oh yeah, I can see it now. That's why he been able to keep it on track, and unless he was following a lap car, in which case he was being dragged out wide. And I could see it with you when you was closing up on Sway as well. You being dragged outside. Same with
Yeah,
Punchline as well. With you closing up on Punchline, he's just being dragged around all over the place. I think that's what caught a lot of people out in that today, especially through corners like the what was it, through Eau Rouge and down the Camel Straight, through that right, right, and then that sweeping right hand corner where you're dipping down, and I think that
yeah,
caught a lot of people out. And especially through Pouillon and
yeah.
Blanchimont and that.
I, I think a lot of people didn't lift off. I think they probably overestimated how much grip there was. As soon as that rain started coming, how quickly the track changed. It was.
Hmm.
I was quite surprised, to be honest.
Well, to be honest, I thought
But
it was going to be wet conditions all the way to the end. Then I was following one of the back markers and I'm making sure he wasn't impeding the lead drivers, and I started to notice then, hang on, it's gone dry. We're gonna see some people coming in for dry soon. Oh, happy days! Here we go. We got a scrap. Come on then,
Yeah.
lads. Give us a show. But pretty much for most of that race, and there was just no action apart from people going off. The gaps were so
There was.
massive between everyone.
Oh really?
Yeah, you had about 20 seconds between Verstappen and Ella. You had like 40 seconds between Ella and Timbo. You had about 30 seconds between Timbo and Punchline. Punchline was about 12 seconds behind you at the end of the race. And all the gaps were just massive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't realise that. Also, it's harder when you don't really see the gaps, do you? I suppose there are only 6 cars. You know, probably the longest track in the circuit.
Yeah, longest
There's
track
going
in
to
the
be gaps,
circuit.
isn't there? Fewest cars all
Unfortunately,
season.
I think Charlie Whiting's going to have a hell of a lot to do now in the stewards.
Yeah, gonna have a long night.
As I got Bopop telling me to hurry up in the stream and shh, Bopop, I'll take my time. We're showing you how it's done, lad. We're showing you how it's done. Anyway, congratulations on the race, bud, and congratulations on taking second in the championship. Hopefully, you can come back now and really put Extreme under pressure for Monza. So,
Hopefully.
so here we go, lad. Championship is on once again. Good luck at Monza, mate.
Cheers. Hopefully you'll be racing.
Aye, hopefully. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Alright, cheers.
Alright. Okay, let's get second place Shwmae in here now. Because I gotta find out what was he thinking going across the line, weaving around like that. He could have had it. He really could have had it. Now, where is he? Shwmae, where you two, man? Where you two, lad? There you are. There you are. Let's get Shwmae in here right now. And here he is, P2 for the day, Sergeant Shwmae. What a hectic race, but
yeah, it was, wasn't it? Jesus Christ.
6 finishers out of
Yep.
16 starters.
But 4 of them gone at the first 3 corners, was it?
Yeah, it was massive pile up and I coming out of Eau Rouge and everything. Everyone flying off.
Hashtag it's all Bob's fault.
I did hear that. Hashtag is all Bob's fault.
It was.
I've got to ask. You were weaving across the line and to finish the race. Did you not know that Mercedes had a 5-second penalty and you could have actually got ahead of him?
No idea.
That was a race you could have won, but
Twice in a row that's happened though. Oh well, I'm not bothered. I'm happy with
but-
second.
second place, and also I think that also pushed you ahead of Zaid as well in the championship.
I hope it fucking does.
I think
I know it's a lot.
Mercedes was 15 points behind him and you were 16, so I think you're 2 points ahead now of Zaid.
Yeah.
So Zaid
No,
going
I'm a point.
into this
I'm a
race.
point.
Oh yeah, so
Just
one-
update the
1
results.
point,
Yeah,
1 point.
that's good.
But yeah, this was a hectic race. Extrema going out early, Zaid going out early.
I just saw Zay spinning just after sector 1. It was like that's 6 or 7, something like that.
Well, I missed Zaid spinning at the beginning of that, but I caught his crash when he went out of the race.
He had a lot of crashes to catch.
And I'm not gonna lie, literally 2 seconds later, we had the Renault of Lamaro doing the exact same thing but surviving.
Jesus Christ. I can't wait to watch it back, honestly.
Honestly, there were a lot of things that I actually missed trying to keep up with the action at the top end at the back end and then people spinning out, losing control on the damp, changeable conditions. But it really was a hectic race, like
Must have been a bit boring to commentate, like, once everybody started retiring, and it was just, mind you,
towards
you
the
got
end,
me chasing, you got Mercedes
towards
chasing me down.
yeah, towards the end, and I was there. I was like, right, this is the only fight that we got now. Mercedes chasing down Sway, and we got some back markers who could play a role in this. We're gonna stick at the. I bet
Ella got in the way.
Ella got in the way.
I saw him, it was on the last lap, and Mercedes had already got past him, and was going up to Eau Rouge, and I was like, I don't trust him. So I just backed off, and I was like, I'm having no chance of taking myself out of here, because he fucking wouldn't, in case he like did something stupid. I just backed off.
I think he broke late as well, didn't he, for the end of the Camel Straight and for you to get past. To be honest,
he went to one side and then just broke really late for no reason. Made no sense.
I was watching that and I was saying that he needs to just let off the throttle now on the straight. That's all he needs to do. Now he's not going to lose no time to the people behind him, really. And because the gaps towards the end, it was like 20 seconds between each car except for the top three. And Punchline, while he was giving you a scrap in the intermediate conditions.
Yeah,
and
it was.
At first, he kind of dropped off towards the end of the race, and when he went back to dries, he really dropped off.
It was like 14 seconds or something like that at the end.
14 seconds back to him. You had like 30 seconds further back to Timbo in fourth. Well done for that, mate. Then you had like 30 seconds back to Ella, then like another 20 odd seconds back to AI Verstappen. It's just like, this is a race where it could have been a lot of side by side action, but everyone went out early on.
Yeah.
What did you think of the qualifying though?
It didn't say rain on when you go on the weather report. It was dry, so like I was going to qualify in supers because obviously it given out to rain. So I was like, I'll qualify in supers then because I know the ultras won't last. I'll qualify in supers now. Can change the strategy up a bit. So I know I didn't got any pace compared to Zay, Mercedes, and Extrema. So, and then it started to rain, and I was like, oh great, one lap, and I completely bottled it, like I normally do on the first lap.
To be honest, I think half of the field bottled it really, because half of the field didn't set a lap time. The other half. I mean, Zaid, I think, was the only one that got a proper quick lap in, and are setting the pole
was
position.
Was it like the first one across the line, that was it? No, it was Lamaro. It was Lamaro, or Portuguese, one or two. So the further you are along the track, the better off you was.
Yes, if you was the first one out now, you was loving life.
Yeah, I was in the middle of the pack, so I was neither here or there.
I tell you what, I think Charlie Whiting's gonna have some work to do, because I think there's a lot of blaming going on for that first lap and that. But
there's going to be like at least 6 or 7.
To be honest, I don't think the stream caught whose fault it was. I think I just caught it in the background and then quickly switched onto it, and the incident already happened at that point. But
I've seen a few clips of it from certain people that have sent in the chat. It shows sort of what happens, but not really clearly in places.
To be honest, we did say early on that this was going to be a hectic race.
Yeah,
it was just
going to be a hectic race.
Changeable conditions, that didn't help, but we've had 2 wet races on the trot now.
Yeah.
Monza next. What do you reckon?
I could see it raining there, as well.
I was just saying to Mercedes then, Monza, wet, turn 1, those curbs, the chicane, going to be absolutely nightmarish to get through.
Yeah, there's either going to be some stupid person who's just going to chuck it up the inside.
Oh, I'm already planning on what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna go straight over the speed bumps. I'm gonna cut that chicane completely. I'm gonna be good, but I'm taking everyone into turn 1 and 2, but I'm gone. I ain't got time for that corner.
I'll probably end up retiring from that race. I don't
I've
like it
got work to do now. I've got work to do. Ella's jumped miles ahead of me now. Everyone's jumped ahead of me. I got work to do. I got no time for that chicane. I'm gone.
We were just on about it I was just in a party with some of the lads, and it says about Mike's absolutely fuming that he wasn't racing.
Nah,
He
to
could
be
have got
honest,
third.
well, I'm not sure about that because I don't think I would have been able to catch Punchline in the dry. I
Yeah,
reckon
but
Punchline
McLaren
got.
teamwork though.
Oh yeah, McLaren
I'd have
teamwork.
took him out for you.
It's like there we go. This is
Send him
what
for a bit of
teamwork's
a
all
spin.
about. This is why the McLaren team has such good relationships now, because we know what to do for success. We take everyone else out.
Safety car mode enabled.
Yep. What was it? The old Sway is faster than you. Let him through. Okay, no problem.
Oh dear me.
It's going to be interesting now going into the next race with yourself, Zaid, and Mercedes so close on points now, and Punchline being just
Yeah.
right there as well.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that someone behind him would overtake him, but instead there wasn't really anybody left. Like I say,
No,
the
there
gaps are
wasn't.
so big.
Everyone that could have put any challenge on the podium went out very early in the race.
Yeah, very, very early.
As you know, I think
Bob should have
Golsey
won.
was upset and about his race. I think Zaid, was upset and with his race. There was a lot of people that
Bob and
would have
Jones
been.
here frustrated.
Yeah, Jonesy, I think he's.
Jonesy,
off.
sorry, Jonesy.
I'm just gonna call him Joe, who crashed into the wall. I got Bob right now in the chat saying hurry up. It's not bad,
Yeah, they wanted us to go on a party.
I'm notorious for my great interviews, but right, this is a great interview. This is how it's done, okay, Bo Pop? Right, this is how it's done. Look and learn. But great race now for you. Obviously, that good scrap with Mercedes towards the end, placing your car beautifully and defending from him. I gotta say, and unfortunately, DRS it did play a big advantage and to help him close up in the end.
Yeah, to be fair to him, he's a lot quicker than me. So it was always going to be a tough job to keep him behind. Either way.
But it was
So I kept him behind for a couple of laps. That was good enough for me.
Yeah, it was great defensive driving, but hopefully now McLaren 1-2 perhaps and one set.
Yes, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
get
that
Bob
sounds
on
like
the
a plan.
payroll. Bob and Jonesy on the payroll. Save the
Oh,
car.
we don't need them on the payroll. We don't need them. We don't need Bob.
Yeah.
He's being rude about my stream and that. He's saying hurry up. No.
Oh dear.
Alright, I gotta try and get Punchline in, but I think he's already gone.
I think he has. I think I saw him go offline. I'm not sure though. Oh,
Well, but yeah, but that was a great race. But it's a shame that really only had really
I
two
didn't know.
scraps in the race.
yeah.
It was probably just as boring as Britain was for you. So I know you was bored
Yeah.
during that one.
I was terribly bored in that one.
And do you want to tell you one good thing? My internet did not cut out. It survived the race.
I was worried about that. Not gonna lie. I was like, oh please don't, please don't. But thank God,
Thank God.
the
BT,
Welsh
you
gods
legends.
were with us.
It's because I changed my flag, but it's gone to the Welsh flag now. It's because I changed it.
Nice.
Right. Great race, but I hope you can do the same in Monza next week. And
Yeah. Thank you very much.
18 points well
I'll see you in a
deserved.
bit. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Great race, bud. Right. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get a Punchline in here. I believe he has already left. We will try and see if he's still online. I don't think he is. Nope. He is not online. It's unfortunate. Okay, so Punchline not being online, I am gonna have to end the stream. Thank you guys for joining me for round number 12 of the AOR Assisted League. What a hectic race this was. I enjoyed commentating. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Drop a like and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to keep on the support with all your favorite drivers. You can check out the streams whether they're on my channel or the Real AMG's channel or Racing Stripes TV's channel. Make sure you keep up to date of what's happening in the AOR Assisted League, and we shall catch you for round number 13 in Monza, 1 week away. Thank you guys for joining me, and we shall catch you again.